This is Brian, and welcome back to this commentary playthrough of Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. Yeah, kind of expected that. After the jump didn't work out the way I wanted, I am planning on this probably being the last part of this playthrough, because I think this is the last level. It just kind of depends on how my progress goes through this level. But I think either way, I'll go ahead and make sure we finish it up today. It's just a matter of will it take me 5 minutes to get through this or 30 minutes? Yeah. I thought I could just jump over the whole thing, and I could, but didn't pull back on the landing quick enough there. Okay, got back to this part all right. Yeah, the jump's still not an easy one though. But I think at least this first part isn't seeming to be as much of a problem for me today. I'm going through it here. Okay. That damn fish was psyching me out a little bit. I didn't realize that stepping back far enough would get the piranha plant to come back up. I should have realized that. It's happened before. Okay, can I continue to get this down here? No. Landed on the block, just didn't jump. Yeah, that guy. That jump isn't really that far, and I think what I need to do is need to take it shorter to make sure that we don't jump into the fire bar. You could probably also just try to jump past it seems like, but yeah, and I don't know why I let go of the run button there that time. Yeah, I don't like this jump. I'd rather not have to keep doing it to get through. I think that's the first time that's worked out that way. Blame the fish that time. And that should have been lined up pretty well too, but yeah. Okay. Gotta get everything going my way here. Are the fish done coming? Yeah. Kind of wondering if there would be a mushroom or something. Doesn't seem like it though. But I think I have to go down here. Is this swimming? No, it's a frickin' hammer, bro. Man. You might be able to stay on the pipe and jump over him. Because he comes out too soon. A lot of times you can kind of get him in the pattern where if you run and sprint at him right away, you can just jump through their hammers. But he's already throwing hammers by the time you would get a chance to do it there. So that's not going to work that way for him, I don't think. Way over jumped that one. We might go ahead and if I make it back to that point again pretty quickly here, I might just go ahead and start editing out the repeat attempts to get back to there, just to make sure we fit this in today. So I'm kind of getting an itch to play some Metroid, because I had discussed it before, but my plan is to go through Metroid Zero mission next. And then maybe we can do another Mega Man after that. I haven't decided which one yet. If I would go on to Mega Man 7, because I believe that was for SNES as well, as the Mega Man X series starts there. Never played Mega Man 7. I got it, but I think it's difficult from what I've heard. And even though it has kind of similar graphics to the X series, I believe, because, well, they are all SNES, it does play a little different. Because, like, the Mega Man X series starts adding in where you can do wall jumping, if I remember right. But they didn't do that in 7. And I think the regular Mega Man series keeps going up to, like, 10 or 11. But different systems, because I think 7's the only one on SNES. I think then 8 goes to PlayStation. Maybe 9 as well. I don't remember offhand. I got them, but I haven't really touched them in a long time. Okay. That was actually a lot closer than I thought it might be there. Yeah, that guy's not cooperating now the last couple of times there. I can try to hold up anyway and just jump on the lip, but it's pretty tight. And well, that was kind of weird, but it was doomed for failure. I tried to hold up, but I held up a little too much when I saw that the piranha plant was still up there. Nope. I've also been thinking about maybe increasing my uploads for this time slot and these type of games, because we're back into more of the winter season and I have more time to get some editing and recording done. I've been getting a little farther ahead on my RPG series, so I think I do have some time to do more of these. These I've pretty much been doing just video recording the day before I upload them, so it hasn't been in advance. I don't know though. I think I'll try to just go up to 4 days a week at first, and we'll see how that goes, and then maybe get up to 5. But I don't know if I want to just do like a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday type of thing, but then I'd be taking them off of Wednesdays. So I think what I might do is I might just add Saturday in or something. So do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Really don't know what's a better day for people to want to watch these. It doesn't really seem from my other series like it matters too much. Because even if you don't catch them on the day, I guess you can always watch them in the days after that. Uh-oh. I don't know if I'm going to have enough room to get the jump here now, since I came forward a little too much. Okay, it's been a few attempts since this has worked out for me now, so let's... Yeah, damn it. And I don't think you can even go forward enough to tease him to the point where you get him to show up so you can get his timing worked out. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and pause here, and from this point on, I will just keep showing repeat attempts from here and see how long it takes me to get through the rest of it. Okay, Hammer Bro. Well, that wasn't it. Yeah, so this one might take a little bit of editing for me. Okay, is there going to be another one of these guys, or... Okay. Great, blooper. I don't know if I even need to use that block there. Well, it's a castle, so I don't think this can be the end. I think we just got to take a long jump. Let's see what else is going on here. You bastards. Okay, let's go from here again. Yeah, if it doesn't take so long to come up out of that pipe, that part wouldn't be so bad there. I guess it still kind of gives you plenty of time to look at the hammer bro and see where he's throwing. Okay, so we got to take a long jump, but I also need to pay attention to... Yeah, I think he's gonna come out, so... That guy's gonna pop out there. I think, regardless, so... You're just gonna have to try to land on the lip and stand on the pipe while he's coming out. Let's try it again. That guy's actually been fairly easy for me. I shouldn't really say anything about it, I suppose. And these bloopers aren't too bad either. That part's easy. It's just this. I almost held up there enough, I think. Another thing is, what if... Can you jump over the pipe and go up that next section? Or do you have to take the pipe down? I think you can make that jump. Okay, that wasn't exactly how I intended that, but it worked. Yeah, got a little too impatient there. This one will be fun on the editing. That hammer probably should have hit me. Let's just wait for this guy to come over a little farther. If I don't make it this time, might start editing that out too, but okay. Well, this is the bonus area, so I kind of feel like you could have gone above. Now, where is this putting me out? Oh, shit. We're gonna ignore the power-ups. Hello, piranha plant. Okay, let's do this again. The wind almost carried me into the pit there. So for some reason, that last time I jumped over this, the piranha plant didn't come out. Well, that didn't work. Whoa. Okay, not gonna do that stupid thing again here. Jump over those guys, it's fine. Okay, we're gonna stop on this block and I'm gonna start editing out here. And we'll just continue showing attempts from there. Number 2. Almost. Okay, let's try again. And again. I'm gonna... Okay. No, you cannot actually go up there. Worth a check. And none of these can be a mushroom, pretty sure, because there's no block on their own. Unless, like, you went on top of the pipe. I'm just gonna run here. Kind of wonder if it's worth going back to check any of those. Now, Hammer Bro, how do we want to deal with this? I think I want to kind of get these guys to go back over here, and then I'll just try and run and jump through him. Like that. Okay, I didn't know how far that went down into the lava, because it seemed like it was going a ways. Nice. That wasn't too bad. I guess I got lucky maybe, but... Oh yeah, there were certainly tough parts of this, and I think without editing, you would have seen a lot more frustration. It took me enough time to get back to all those parts as it was. Thank you, Mario, for restoring peace to our kingdom. Hooray to our hero, Mario. Now, what's it gonna do? I don't plan on going through anymore. I've done enough, I think. But we'll see if it has some other kind of... Oh, it's just save and quit. Or quit. Well, if I save it, what's that do for my save? Do I just do D4 again? Looks like it. Let's just go a little ways to see if it looks like anything's changed. I don't think so. It looks like you just get to save it because that's it. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, with that, we were done with Super Mario Bros. And the Lost Levels. I'll just go ahead and give a short review here. I don't have, I'm sure, that much to say compared to a lot of people that have done reviews on these before. This is such an iconic game that everybody who grew up in that generation, I'm sure, played this game. As far as like sales numbers and that, I'm not sure where it stands compared to others. I know some of the later consoles have sold higher than like the regular NES anyway, so maybe it's not as widespread as I would assume. But anyway, let's just talk about some things that I thought they did pretty well, and some things that I thought could have been a little better, or that take away from enjoyment of this a little bit, maybe. Well, for one, yeah, I already mentioned, but I don't think you can get away from how iconic this game is. Maybe not being the first appearance of Mario necessarily. I know that would be Jumpman, I believe. But it is, I think, what made him a household name. This is the game that spawned all of the sequels and spin-offs and everything. And yeah, now Mario is one of the most recognizable characters in the world as far as video games go, if not the most. Another thing that I think they did pretty well for the limitations of the system and for the time, it's a very easy to pick up and replayable type of game. I remember as a kid, we weren't necessarily good at it going through this, and it was rare to make it all the way to the end and beat it. But, and I'm talking about the first game, not even Lost Levels. It didn't have that until we got All-Stars, but that was a little bit later on, and still, I never really played through it that much. As you could probably tell, most of this I was going through it. I did not know what was going to come up next. But yeah, you could just pick it up and play it for 15 minutes, or, you know, an hour, and just keep dying and retrying it again. Especially once you got the warps. If you were having trouble on World 8, well, it was pretty fast to get back to World 8. And I think after we knew about the warps, we never really We didn't try all of the other levels that many times because, you just take the fastest way to try to get through it quickly. Not exactly trying to speed run it, but, just wanted to have the bragging rights of getting it done quicker than your buddy or something. Yeah, and another thing that I wanted to say is I think it was pretty good on difficulty overall. The first game is not that difficult, but it isn't a walk in the park either. Like, it doesn't rank up there as one of the top most difficult NES games by any means. But it's still a little bit of a challenge, especially if you're, like, I'm thinking when I was like 4 or 5 trying to play it, it wasn't easy then. Still not necessarily easy, but I can do it. The last thing I wanted to say is it was, and this kind of goes on the replayability, but pretty good length overall, I think, for a game like this. Sure, it could have been longer, but for its time, compared to the other games I'd played at the time, which were like some Atari games, this was pretty good on that. I think if it would have been too long, without the ability to have save files, it would have been kind of annoying in that respect. So I don't know about everybody else, but when I was younger, we didn't have multiple TVs throughout the house, so a lot of times you wouldn't get very long to be able to play the game before you had to turn it off because either somebody else wanted to watch TV or it was time to go to dinner or, whatnot. And yeah, parents would never understand that, well, I'm on the last level, I'm almost done, just 5 more minutes. Nope, that wouldn't fly. Overall, though, still a really good game. I wouldn't call it one of my top or anything, even for the NES, just because it is a little outdated. But it still deserves its place up there in video game history. Now, as far as a few things that I didn't like or that I thought they could have done a little bit better. Well, for one thing, I already mentioned, yeah, it is a little outdated. So especially for somebody that's growing up now, if a kid picked this up compared to some of the newer games, they might be just kind of put off by it right away without really giving it much of a shot, just by the way it looks. Especially the original one without the All-Stars version here. Which, the All-Stars version does jazz it up a little bit in graphics, but still overall the gameplay's about the same, I think. The only difference for that, I suppose, one of the things I'd mentioned before playing through the Lost Levels here is it seems like you do have unlimited continues in the Lost Levels in All-Stars, and I don't think that would have been a thing in the original Famicom version. Next, power-ups. I know part of that's just because it was just getting into the system. There wasn't that much to go upon, so they were just building it. But I felt like they were a little bit limited on that. All you got was the mushroom, regular mushroom, the 1-up mushroom, and then the fire flower and the star. So, those are Mario staples. They've been here since the beginning. But, yeah, especially in Lost Levels when you get into it and they don't really give you that many mushrooms available, or else they're just hard as hell to find. That's why I feel like 95% of the Lost Levels I was going through it as Small Mario, which was certainly doable, but takes a little bit of fun out of it. Being able to shoot the enemies with your firepower and whatnot. And plus, those poison mushrooms in Lost Levels seemed more prevalent than the regular mushrooms. Which, I get it. That's another way to just make it a little more difficult. But yeah, and a lot of times they were just in places that were there to kind of troll you or mess you up, to make you hit your head on an invisible block and fall into an enemy or fall down a pit. So I can't really fault it too much, I suppose, for that, because in that respect they're just trying to up the difficulty, but I do wish they had a few more frequent power-ups available. Another thing is in the lost levels, especially I noticed on some of their harder levels towards the end, after you get past level 8, world 8, and you're going through worlds A, B, C, and D. I do wish on a few of those they would have done a little bit better at just making new levels instead of taking an old level and just maybe adding a block somewhere to make it tougher or making the fire bar longer. I suppose part of that's a matter of the limitations of the system maybe, or just their time limitation in programming it. But if you're going to have the level, I would have rather just had a new one, I guess. And the last thing was just a personal nitpick, and maybe it was just something with my controller or something I was doing, but trampolines didn't seem that intuitive necessarily in the way that they worked as far as when you were bouncing on them. It was getting better, I guess, for me towards the end. They were working better, so maybe it was just me figuring it out. So maybe I shouldn't fault them too much for that, but I just thought I'd mention it because it did stick out in my mind going through here. The last thing I wanted to mention was for the lost levels. You did seem to have quite a bit of a change in difficulty. Even in like World D or World C, where you're supposed to be on the harder levels, they would throw one in there once in a while that, like, I could get through it in 1 or 2 tries, even going through blind. Especially like the swimming levels. I don't know why, but those seemed really easy. I think it's because this wasn't relying on having to platform anymore. As long as you're a little bit patient and waiting on the patterns as some of those guys, it wasn't really too hard to get through them. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Go ahead and leave a comment if you have some others, or if you agree or disagree with me. You're welcome to do so. I am going to be moving on to Metroid Zero mission next in this time slot, and I have thought about it while I was finishing up today, and I am going to go ahead and move to 4 times a week. So we're going to be uploading Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday for this. For me, it's Central Standard Time, so it's 10 o'clock a.m. is when I upload these. And we'll go from there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. It got a little frustrating for me at times, but I knew that was going to happen, so I try not to let it get to me too much. You just die and repeat. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this playthrough and you'd like to keep seeing more, I would appreciate it if you would drop a like, leave a comment, and hit the subscribe button. And we'll catch you next time.